John Prine's finger-picking songs all have some definite commonalities, and I'm going to try and show you what I think they all are. I'll go from showing you the chords he uses, to his finger-picking style, to some of his favorite chord variations with specific song examples. This will probably drag out 2 videos, but I'll try and keep it brief. First thing is, when learning John Prine's stuff, you don't need to learn any bar chords, any tricky stuff. It's all open chords, G, C, D, A, E minor, whatever, you know, the basic stuff. The second thing is, John makes liberal use of one of these, a capo, the simple guitar man's secret weapon. And what it lets you do is play in different keys without learning new chord shapes. So for instance, you'll see these chords on the internet for hello in there. I'll just strum it. I can't even play this chord. You know that old trees just grow stronger. One of these on the 5th fret. You know that old trees just grow stronger. See, simple chords, no bar chords. First verse of One Red Rose, just to illustrate John Prine's finger-picking technique, which is what you'll need to work on if you want to be able to play them in a way that's true to the original. So let me break that apart for you and show you how this Travis picking, which is what it's called, works. Travis picking works like this. I'm holding a G chord down, by the way. The thumb is responsible for playing the bass strings in an alternating bass string pattern like this. This is the beat of the song. The forefinger, middle finger, and ring finger each get assigned a treble string. So you got forefinger on the G, middle finger on the B, ring finger on the high E. So each finger has an assigned string, and the thumb takes care of this. A John Prine specific note is that John Prine plays while wearing a thumb pick, and he doesn't have the finger assignments like this so much. He seems to, if you look closely at some of the videos on YouTube, he's just using his forefinger for whatever treble string he's picking at the time. And I've lapsed into just using these 2 fingers and just shifting around a little bit depending on which strings I'm plucking at the time. So you do have options. I think maybe I recommend starting off learning it properly with each finger with a string assignment. I've put some, I think, helpful links in the text description of this video for more information about Travis picking and some lessons and some YouTube videos also. But while I've got you here, let me emphasize what I think is the absolute most important part, and that's the thumb. The fingers are secondary, really, because this is the beat of the song. I'm playing a G chord, as I say, and the thumb is alternating between the E and D strings. Playing a C, there are options, but let's keep it simple here. The A and D strings. This is what you're tapping your feet to. And the D, there are other options, but let's do A and D. When you start learning to play this Travis picking thing, relax your thumb. Keep it sort of fairly straight like that. It's supposed to be just kind of rocking back and forth between your 2 bass strings. It's just keeping the beat. I see some people sort of doing like a gnarly kind of picking thing like this, and I don't really know how they do that. it's just supposed to be, you look at John Prine playing one of these songs, and he's just relaxing and smiling, and that's the way it should feel. If you've never done this Travis picking before, I would recommend actually that you just don't even worry about the fingers at first. Just start off learning to play between your chords. There's a couple of bass runs in there to the beat, right? But learn to play just your basic chords. Learn to change between your basic chords. Let's do the G, C, and D, and just be able to switch between all your chords and keep that thumb going. Worry about the fingers later. They're so secondary. Let me try and give you an example here. Movie wasn't really doing so hot, said the new producer to the old big shot. I skipped most of the finger plucks from that little bit there, but the tune kept going because the thumb kept going. And if you're playing around a campfire or wherever you might be, and your thumb loses the beat or forgets where it's at or starts picking the wrong strings, it doesn't matter how clever you are with your fingers, your tune is officially falling apart. So get comfortable with the thumb, and then start adding in these finger plucks. Once you're comfortable changing between your chords and you can play all the thumb bits right, and you come to the point where you're adding your fingers, the finger plucks, the treble strings, there's basically only two places they can go. Either at the same time as a thumb pluck, or between thumb plucks. But a lot of songs will, patterns will have a combination of the two, simultaneous or between. And to put those two things that I just did there together, what was I doing now? That was the pinches, and the syncopated was if you put those two concepts together, it would sound sort of, well, this is A pattern. You can see the finger plucks are either at the same time as or in between the thumb beats. That's the only choice you got until you add things like hammer-ons and pull-offs and stuff. But like I say, let's keep it simple to begin with. So if you've never done this Travis picking thing before, but you want to learn some of these John Prine songs, start off, just get comfortable with your G, C, and D with the thumb beat back and forth, and changing between your chords and not losing the beat. And just start off slow and work up a little gradually in terms of speed. And once you get comfortable with it, try playing along with a couple of John Prine songs. And I've got a couple of suggestions up there, G, C, and D songs. And just play along with them, just doing the bass part. And we'll add the fingers later in my next video, which is coming eventually shortly. But for now, just get to the point where you can comfortably play along with them. That it's like, come home late and you come home early. Come on big when you're feeling small. Trust me, if you get this thumb part happy and comfortable, it's going to serve you really well later on. And let me tell you, if you can only play 3 chords and you've never done any of this stuff before, not to worry. It's not too hard. You can do this.
I got glue on my string. That's the way that the world goes round.